Mr. Doyle's got another call that he needs to sit in on, so I'll give you an intro and you can crack on.
Yeah.
Just give it another minute, mate. People are still dropping in.
Okay.
Does the shirt still fit, James? You need an exercise collar up, you're right.
No, it actually felt looser, to be honest with you. I was quite surprised.
Oh, whatever.
I think it's because I removed the top button.
Yeah.
Looking very smart, James.
Thank you very much, John. Someone's got to make the effort.
I know. What are you trying to say?
Didn't.
Nice haircut, by the way.
Blame the wife.
I heard you had.
I'm still wearing the ring at the moment, but I'm not sure for how much longer.
There's a house down the bottom of the garden, I've heard.
Yeah.
I was Googling facts earlier for the end, right? And one of them came up and it says, on average, kids ask 300 questions a day. I've got 3 kids. That's 900 questions I've got a day.
Yeah. Well, I've got 2 kids, only one that can talk, and about 400 of those questions are why at the moment.
Yeah.
So. Why?
Anyway, right then, James. So,
yeah,
James is going to be looking at the Quaser 5-axis and pallet cell. So this is a new addition to the group, a new setup. So all looking forward to it, James. So I'll hand over to you, mate. Everybody's muted. Normal format. We'll do the questions and chat at the end.
Thanks, Steve.
Over to you, mate.
Right, yeah, so as Steve said, I'm going to be talking about the Quaser UX 500 this afternoon with the Aroa Robot Compact 80. Just before I talk about the machine, I just want to introduce you to myself. For those of you who don't know, my name is James Fell. I work for ETG on the machine tool side of things. I left school at the age of 16 and went straight into an engineering firm called Solent Mold Tools as an apprentice. At the age of 22, I started my first sales role as a technical sales engineer for Mitsubishi Carbide. And at the age of 26, I finally began my machine tool sales career until joining ETG at the start of 2019 at the age of 28. Why ETG? So from the very first day I visited ETG and spoke with the directors, I understood that the ethos and the sheer range of products made it a very exciting place for a young man like me to develop and be successful in his career. Since joining, I've only cemented that in my own mind as I've witnessed the acquisition of HK Technologies, and now with the release of the exciting new Vulcan range, I think it's fair to say that we've got some exciting times ahead. A little bit about Quaser. They were established in 1991 by Mr. Edward Shah and Mr. Samuel Shea. For those of you who don't know how to pronounce that, I do apologise if that's wrong. 1992 to 2000. Quaser Machine Tools developed, released and sold their first generation of machine tools, including horizontals and vertical machining centres. These were called the MV, which we still sell to this day, the MK and the MKH, and you can see some photos of the original machines underneath there. In 2001, Quaser Machine Tools finished the development and released their very first 5-axis VMC. This was called the MK70U, which again you can see a photo of underneath there. Between 2002 and 2009, Quaser continued to develop and release new variants of horizontal and vertical machining centres, winning them multiple awards, including the National Award for Outstanding SMEs, and were ranked in the top 1,000 for manufacturing worldwide, which is quite an accolade for the company at the time. In 2009, the Quaser European Technology Centre was established officially in Switzerland. There's a picture of it just underneath there. Between 2009 and 2018, Quaser saw continuous growth. They were also approved as an ODM for multiple big brand machine tool suppliers throughout Europe, Asia, and America. A lot of you will recognize some of those brands, the big ones being the green and blue guys. 2019, Quaser released the first generation of the UX 500 machine that I'm going to be discussing with you today. So I'm going to go through some key features and the benefit of those features. So it's a 5-axis machining center. So with that comes 5-axis machining capabilities. The benefit of that is the ability to machine more sides of the component in one operation. This saves you time both on the machining and also loading into complicated and sometimes expensive fixtures. Ultimately saves time and money. And also with the 5-axis capabilities, you can complete the machining of complex contours and shapes using all axes combined. And you can see some of the examples underneath there. Some of them a little bit gimmicky, others a bit more serious. So on the far right, you can see this is actually what I worked at in my apprenticeship. You can see the Coca-Cola mold there. That will be used to manufacture Coca-Cola bottles. Yeah. For those of you who don't know what 5-axis machine is, I'm going to try and play you a little video which gives you a little bit of an idea of all the axes moving together. It's only 30 seconds long, so it should be good. So you can see all axes are working together, combined to give you your contours. That's what we call 5-axis machining. Second key feature of the UX 500 is its large working envelope and heavy table capacity with a small footprint. You can see below there some of the axis ratings. So you've got 712 in X, 508 in Y, 515 in Z, with a max table weight of 250. In that category of machine tool, the competition, we are industry leading in that. The benefit of that is space is expensive in the UK, as we all know. So compact footprint machine tools are very sought after. It ultimately allows customers with limited floor space to produce bigger and heavier components, giving them a competitive edge over their competition. Third key feature of the Quaser UX 500 is the industry-leading spindle technology that they use. We bring our UX 500s in with 15K direct drive high torque spindle, and it's built by Maxia, which for those of you who know is a very well known and respected spindle brand within the industry, offering us confidence in the machine, but ultimately the customer confidence in the machine. It's high torque mixed with high RPM makes for a very versatile and user-friendly spindle, meaning you can accommodate all types of machining and materials. Key feature number 4, moving more onto the robotic side of things now. The Aroa robot systems can be customized to suit any number of sizes and variations that you require. This has multiple benefits, one of them being different jobs can be set up at any one time, meaning you can continuously run smaller batch sizes, utilizing auto part probing and large tool carousels within the machine. The maximum tool carousel on the UX 500 is 60. As you go up the UX range, because we do have big ones as well, you can go up to 90 as well. But on the UX 500 we're talking about today, it is 60. Depending on stock and fixture in size, we can accommodate up to 80 pallets set at any one time. So it can be set up for very long batch runs. We can utilize tool breakage detection system within the machine to confirm that the machine is still making accurate parts as well for those long batch runs. Key feature number 5.
My water.
Sorry if everyone just heard my daughter screaming in the background. She's just come into the room.
My water.
Key feature number 5. One robot can be used to load 2 machines positioned next to each other. As mentioned before, with space being such a premium in the UK, having the ability to load 2 machines with one robot gives Aroa a competitive edge. You can ultimately double your throughput using 2 spindles to do the same job instead of 1. I couldn't actually find any pictures of a Quasar set up with one robot in the middle, but you can see there, that gives you a good idea of what we mean by 2 machines and 1 robot. A little video now of the actual setup that we're talking about. there you go. That just gives you an idea about how the machine runs with the Aroa pallet loader. Thank you all for listening for the 10 minutes I've been on here. Any questions are welcome.
Brilliant. Cheers, James. That's a good insight. I like that. I like the Quaser video. I've not seen that one before. That was taken at emo. So
yeah, 29 emo when it was released. Yeah.
Yeah, you've done well to dig that out. If we can start the questions firing through on the chat down the bottom, I'll start things going for you. So with you guys being at the cold front then, in front of all of our customers, how is automation being received then? What's the level that people are discussing with you in terms of automation now?
Automation is included with every single conversation we have now around machine tools, to be honest, in some way, shape or form, whether it be a bar feed or a robot loader. With the shortage of skills and the sheer number of people that aren't machining in the UK, it's important for customers to utilise automation in the best way possible, and they are really buying into it now. The payback from a machine with an automation unit attached is far superior to without it. Ultimately, to have a guy standing in front of it, that's ultimately, yeah, it's huge.
Good, mate. Good. Right, we've had a question from Martin Dull. Is he online, or has he just pinged it in? No, he's just sent it through. So this will be testing one for the sales guys.
Yeah, I do actually know the answer to this. I was going to include it in my presentation, but I thought.
Good lad. So explain to us what Quaser stands for then.
Yeah, so Quasar stands for, it's the first three letters of quality, and it's also the first three letters of service. So you've got QA and SER. That's how you remember it. That's what it stands for.
You've done well there, James. He tried to catch you out. Where did the brand Aroa come from?
Aroa, pass.
Mate, I'll help you out with this. He doesn't know either, so just say anything. Is there any more questions from anyone? I think they're all getting tired of it. Okay, well,
Derek's got one.
They're all flying through. You didn't get away with it, James. Go on, Derek.
Well done, James. Fair play. This is probably aimed more at Steve, I'd say, and Martin. What year did ETG actually start distributing Quasar machines in the UK?
So we, well, I'm originally from Hardinge, so I've been with Hardinge for 15 years. So the relationship between Quasar and Hardinge probably goes back 20 years. Not many people know that Quasar also own the technical rights for Bridgeport. So Quasar used to build the flagship machine, which is the Hardinge XR. They used to build that under license for Hardinge. So when Martin brought Hardinge and the rest of the team over into ETG 5 years ago, that's when we could properly launch, that's when we launched the flagship Quasar Bridgeport then. So I don't think it's a secret that back in the days of Hardinge, we couldn't market ourselves as Hardinge Bridgeport using the Bridgeport logo. So when we basically came over to ETG, Martin unwrapped all of that, and we made a big push on the Union Jack, and yeah. So that was a long-winded way of saying 5 years ago.
Thanks for that. Yeah. So there was no one else selling them in the UK or previously. No, it was just that was it. The introduction.
Quasar, Quasar's been with Hardinge built under license since since I can remember. Yeah.
All right. Fair play. Thanks, Steve. Come on, James. Fair play. Thanks, guys.
Scott.
Hi, James. Yeah, nice presentation. Even with your interruptions, keep a steady pace with that going on.
I don't know what you talked about, Scott. What did he have? I didn't notice.
Kids came in the room. So with the automation, can you have mixed size pallets and mixed work pieces, or is it all the same? I.e., can you have almost like a job management with different work pieces to get your work done over the weekend, or must they all be the same?
good question. As far as I'm aware, and I'd have to get one of the technical guys to confirm this, you can have a job management system within the hide name control. So you can actually tell it to machine a certain number of this certain component A, let's call it. Once it's done that, you can then call in component B, use your auto probing cycles to then reprobe your positions, etc., and then get on with machining that as well. Hence the need for the big tooling carousel to replicate, to further tooling. I'll have to get the technical guys to confirm that, but that's my understanding, Scott.
Okay, yeah, because with the hide nine control, it probably has got the work management inside. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Another one from Martin is more of a comment that he'll want me to elaborate on. So HK have a customer called Winbro. Majority, typically the hard-inch people that are on there will all know of Winbro. They're a very high-end manufacturer of well, they have a range of machines, but if you take the aerofoil from the rotor engine, aerospace rotor engine, there's some very fine 0.1 drilled holes that go up to 900 mil deep within the aerofoil that basically gives it the injection and the cooling through the blade itself. And Winbro specialise in putting those holes through the vanes. And on those machines, you're talking they start at around £1 million for these type of machines. And Quaser also build the base, provide the base for those machines to sit on. And I think it's going back 3 months now that Quaser actually purchased Winbro. So they also have an arm, and it's a great opportunity for us to get our foot into the aerospace company. So there's quite a closed loop there that HK have a customer in Winbro, and obviously Quaser own Winbro. So it's just a bit more info on that for you. Any more from anyone? No, Martin's gone quiet as well. So I can't unmute everybody. So if you can just all unmute yourself, we'll give James a round of applause so that he can get back to his kids.
James.
You cheeky monkey.
Right, so I can't mute everyone. Before anything else comes out of the light, we'll the next one is Tuesday and Thursdays now. So all of you have a great weekend. The sun will be out for you all, and I'll see you all again on Tuesday.
Yeah. Cheers, Steve.
All the best. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Steve, you forgot to do your fact.
I've got a fact for those that are remaining.
Go on then.
Yeah, go on then.
Right, on this day, right? Hold on. On this day in 1945, Adolf Hitler and his wife committed suicide.
That's very cheery.
Yeah, thanks for that cheery ending to my presentation, Steve. I appreciate that.
Right.
Steve, I've got a fact. I've got a fact which Doyley would like. Quasar. There's only one 6-letter word you can get out of the word quasar, and that is square. So anybody who wants to Google that, they can go and have a look.
Right. Yeah, and I've got another one.
Right.
So Doyley's challenge that he came up with for Nap, whatever it is, Nap Niles.
Nap Niles.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got ski plane. I got nipples.
Yeah, but was that?
Steve, obviously we don't know what was on your mind then.
Yeah.
Twin pallets, John.
Yes, DZ nipple. Right. See you, everyone.
See ya.
Everyone.
Bye.
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 Bye.